Because Blaze is either the princess of the Soul Dimension or she's from the Silver Bad future.
In the IDW comics, which they're trying to act like are canon, I believe she was in the, like, from the Soul Dimension and that. And bringing that up, that reminds me, I'd have to go check this again, and I didn't think about this at the time. When we got to the end of regular Generations, I made a joke about all the other characters that could go super. Why are you fuckers not helping? And you said that Blaze needed the Soul Emerald.
I said...
I believe in the IDW comics, Sonic uses the Soul Emeralds to go super. So if that works one way, that implies it works the other way.
It doesn't mean it does, but you're right. It doesn't.
Carson, no. Technically, what I said was, like... Well, first of all, I did make a joke about that. And second of all, I said...
So I did have to do that there. Like, it didn't just hurt me. In, like, all the levels.
Blaze's canonical super form uses the Soul Emerald.
Yes, but I think in the...
No, never mind.
Yes, but I think in the IDW comics, Sonic was able to go super with the Soul Emeralds. I would have to go check that. I remember, like, people talking...
Burning Blaze was her only canonical game super form.
Though, Sega's just pussies about characters that aren't Sonic, Shadow, and Silver having super forms, and I have to sit here and ask, why? Why are you being pussies about this?
It's not about them.
We need to bring back...
By that logic, the only Super Saiyans should have been Goku and Vegeta.
We need to bring back Marine the Raccoon.
Yeah, but then people are like...
But Gohan Beast!
I want you to understand something. Carson. How many times did anyone actually do anything in any of those arcs? Because 90% of the time, they did.
Yeah.
They literally stalled and literally wasted our time for 30 fucking plus episodes until Goku or fucking Vegeta showed up.
Sounds like I broke Sean.
You know what the Sonic games need? Titan Tails.
No. Also, we can't because Archie.
I'm doing this for a bit.
I know you're doing it for a bit, but they literally legally can't.
The better question is, you know, fuck supers. When are we putting Jet and his crew in the game?
You mean in the games that aren't the racing games?
Jet should be just part of Sonic. I don't understand why he's not.
The funny thing is, I think right now in the IDW comics, they're actually doing a story arc that's based off Riders.
We need Titan Tails in a video game.
No.
Yes.
They also legally can't, I'm pretty sure.
I'm doing this for a bit.
I know you're doing it.
I just love the concept of Titan Tails because
put Sally in a game.
They also legally can't because of dumb licensing shit.
Well,
they need to figure that out.
Well, that and the dumb shit Ken Penders did.
That's what I mean by dumb licensing.
Brian, just anything related to the comics, just blame Ken Penders.
Okay, the thing is with Sally is actually really, really weird because she was technically created before the Archie comics. The funny thing is, the name Sally Acorn was actually the animals that pop out of capsules. That was the name for the squirrel in the original Sonic Bible. And not just that, she was created for the TV shows first, so if it's not Kim Penders, it's actually whoever owns...
Anyone else see what that game did? Oh, that was a Just One Ring stage, never mind.
Dude.
Oh wait, that was a Just One Ring stage? I could have damage sponged through one of those? I've wasted my life. If I had known I could have taken damage, and that wasn't a collect mission, I would have just...
Outside of the weird stuff with Sally, we can just blame Ken Penders because
it's not entirely Ken Penders because Sally was technically created.
I said, damn it! Did you know? Sally Acorn is a weird thing of existing in the Sat AM show. Ken Penders fucked up everything else.
Yes. She was technically created for the cartoon first, so it would actually be the licensing.
Ken Penders fucked up things so hard they made that rule: you cannot create extended family of characters.
You can't create extended family of game characters.
What?
A rule of the IDW comic, after the Archie comic fucking died, Sega has a very long list of mandates for writing the IDW comic. Two of the things in that mandate are you cannot have game
You guys
characters.
see that? That was beautiful.
Two of the
You wanna
things.
know how good that felt?
Two of the things in that mandate are game characters cannot be in relationships with other game characters or IDW or original characters, and you can't introduce extended family members to game characters. That is a mandate with the IDW comics now.
Yes. Because Ken Penders kept introducing Knuckles' extended family.
Okay, I thought this was like some weird like.
No, you know I'm not doing that for a bit, right?
No, I know. I just didn't when Carson said it at first. I thought that was like some weird like video game law.
No.
Like I was like, there's no way that's true.
No, that's all.
And then I realized he meant specifically Sega and specifically with their comics.
Yeah, it's specifically the IDW comic.
It is specifically the IDW comics. They have a rule: you cannot create extended family of game characters. Because Ken Penders was obsessed with doing that because Ken Penders created Knuckles' extended family. And technically Knuckles' girlfriend was also his cousin.
We don't have time to go into the Knuckles Archie lore.
I just like bringing that one up because a lot of people don't know that and they go, wait, what? Yeah, he's technically dating his cousin.
We don't have enough time to go into the extended Archie lore, because if we're going to go into the extended Archie lore, we also have to bring up, now I will be fair, I believe this wasn't Ken Penders, this was Ian Flynn that had to do this when Sega was trying to wrangle the a comic into being more accurate to the games. And I'm going to love saying this out of context to see all of your genuine blind reactions. In the Archie comics, Charmy canonically has brain damage.
Yeah.
Yes. So what happened is that Charmy the Bee apparently was like a grown man or something.
In the English manual for Knuckles Chaotix, because Sonic was supposed to be a teenager, they wrote all of the characters as, like, all of the Chaotix to be teenagers. But that wasn't the Japanese canon. Charmy was supposed to be a child in the Japanese canon. So when the Chaotix were brought into the Archie comics in the 90s, they were based off the 90s canon, where Charmy was 16.
So in an effort to align the canons, they actually did something that gave Charmy brain damage, like
To
legit-
revert
him to being
him
sick.
to acting like a 6-year-old, so that he was more in line with the Charmy B character in the regular
Yes.
lore.
Guys, I want you to understand. I want you to understand something, guys. I want you to understand. Does anybody here familiar with the plot of Mega Man X Command Mission?
What? How did we get here?
You keep going
How
on
did we
about.
get Tag Mega Man X?
Because I want you to understand.
We have to play this
that
game
if-
one day.
and
I'm
that-
gonna let George play it because I could play it, but I feel like it would just not be the same playthrough if we didn't get George's running commentary.
I want you
This
to,
is
I want
his
you to
favorite game
understand.
ever.
The reason I mention this game is because of the fact that you don't know the lore of Mega Man X Command Mission, and unless you play the game, you never will.
I've watched like several videos.
I
of
don't
people
need
reviewing
to
the
know that Charmy the Bee was apparently a grown man.
And
No,
Fucking
16.
mention it.
No, not grown man, 16. He was 16 in the American canon, but 6 in the Japanese canon.
which is why the.
Just
He's 6 in the Sonic Heroes
Yes.
manual.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
don't mention it.
Sean-
again.
Sean beat me to it.
But he would be acting so weird as a 16-year-old. Acting like
Just
Charmy
don't
the
mention
If you
it.
read the
Bee.
Sonic,
Brain damage.
if you open the Sonic Heroes manual, you get.
Literally, you only need the scene of Charmy, ain't you like 7? I'm just 6. And just drop it right there. Like, just drop it right there.
My
And
favorite.
every time someone brings it up, just say, well, Charmy's 6 canonically.
I've talked about this before, but
Hey,
I,
that was the Archie comics. They can't
I
hurt
love
you
the
anymore.
Sonic. I love the translations in the Sonic Heroes manual because it says Eggman is a feminist.
Yeah, I don't even remember what that was trying to say, but yeah, that was a
I
translation
mean,
fumble.
Eggman is a feminist. Guys, come on. You don't get that way without being a feminist. I don't know what point I'm trying to make here, but that's really funny, and I just accept that blindly as canon that Eggman is a feminist.
That's what the Sonic Heroes Manual says.
I can't figure out how to, like, prove
Man,
that.
the amount of times that man has not deliberately just
Yeah,
killed
he
Amy Rose.
Yeah, you know, he has never himself kidnapped Amy Rose.
He just threatened her with a gun
That's
in
the joke.
Adventure 2.
That's the joke Death Battle made when
I
they
didn't have
brought that
anything
up.
else to go on. Why did you do this? Wait, this is the arc.
Why did I do what?
You ruined my headcanon.
He threatened her with a...
Yes.
I'm trying to figure out how that makes him not a feminist. How that makes him a feminist guy. Come on, help me out here.
No, technically, if we're going to take a definition of feminist in a funny way, it is, like, it's not that Eggman wouldn't kill a woman, it's just that he doesn't view them as lesser and he promotes...
Ah, there we go. There we go. That's what I'm talking
Oh.
about.
Well, another funny
No,
thing.
so, like, he would kill Amy, but the thing is, he
Oh.
just doesn't treat her as lesser
Oh,
and wants her
and-
to have equal rights.
Another funny thing, and this is only brought up in the manual, that was
I just read what this
something kind of funny was that, and again, this detail is only in the manual, and even then I believe it was the manual that was like the special pre-order collector's edition. I don't think the standard physical version said this later, and I'm sure you two don't know this. Two of the hard-boiled heavies are female. Heavy Magician and Heavy Rider are actually canonically female.
I'm gonna play devil advocate. They are fucking robots.
But they are listed with a gender.
They are fucking robots.
Okay, so he literally programmed his robots to take on female. I pressed the wrong button. I pressed the
No,
button.
that's not my.
I didn't-
That was
no,
not my problem
I'm sorry,
with
I
that, Sean.
should-
It
I
was
should
how
not-
you even got hit.
I hit the spikes on the side because I pressed the button but I wasn't supposed to.
Well, that was delayed as fuck.
Well, yeah, I will say getting hits kind of delayed, but I think it's because Shadow doesn't lose rings like Sonic. He actually the rings just vanish in thin air because I cannot recollect them as a compensation for.
You don't lose all of them.
Correct.
Yeah.
I only lose 10, but I can't.
The funny thing is,
If
only
you
losing 10 is
read-
also actually like Shadow.
The hard-boiled heavy thing is just...
Shadow is an overhated game, but I will say Shadow has like a multitude of problems which just keep it from being as good as any of the other 3 games. Because the mission
It's
structure-
this image right
the,
here.
the level design and gameplay is perfectly serviceable, and I'm not one of the people who are like,
Found
oh,
the
no,
image.
guns ruin Sonic,
It's this...
but
Guns ruin Sonic, baby.
but the like mission structure and most of the missions are kind of garbo. Destroy a dozen gunners. Most of the missions are kind of garbo, and the mission structure of the game is just kind of like
It's literally this...
See, oh, I can't think of it. Never mind. I lied to you guys. I'm sorry.
It's literally this image of the hard-boiled heavies, which is easy to find on Google, that...
Because it was in the one manual.
Yeah, it describes them. Heavy Magician, a mysterious performer with bewildering tricks up her sleeves. With her shape-shifting hat, she's getting the band back together. They mention genders.
It's a robot.
Yeah, I think
Hey,
Sean's still on the. I'm gonna play devil advocate here. It's a fucking robot.
And then Heavy Rider, a thrill-seeking
Like,
robot
I
that pulls
get
off
that
daring
you-
stunts. Better watch out for her dangerous jumps and her trusted motorbike Jimmy.
I mean, that's like me saying, this robot is,
Man,
This robot's a black guy.
It's Cortana, not a she.
That's like if I look and say, this robot, it's a black guy.
It's Siri.
This discussion
not a
can
she.
this discussion can go into a very sweaty place, so we should end it quickly. All I'm going to say
Is
is we.
Gemini. I don't even know.
I was going-
I don't even know what predominantly Gemini is.
No, what's funny?
I was going to make a point. It's like we consider, Omega and Gamma, consider them male, and the game refers to them as male. And
I get the idea of them being male or female coded, but
Yeah,
It's a fucking
the whole
robot.
this robot
Yeah,
is female.
damn it.
Being
Hold
a
on.
fact is kind of okay.
hold on. I'm laughing This is
But what's the relevance there?
You know,
Well, like I said, it was only in the manual.
I understand when I say Omega,
It
I'm
does
still
prove that
going
Eggman's
to
a
say.
feminist, though.
I'm still going to say.
one,
Eve-
Carson was just bringing it up because it's a random fact, but two, because of the way Sean was talking. This is just what he made me think of. It's a parody comic. It was a parody comic for Five Nights at Freddy's where someone is talking to Bonnie. Hey, Bonnie, are you a boy or a girl? I am a robot. No, Bonnie. What's in your pants? Metal.
I do love that response. Metal.
Are you naked? I am not naked. My genitalia is not showing.
It's just,
But how do you have sex? God, no. I have a mechanical driven piston.
no, damn it.
I'll get it.
You just made me think of the Bonnie. Are you a boy or a girl? I am a robot. No. What?
Which just made me think of One
Yeah.
Punch Stand.
Yes. It's like,
The best
what's
video
in
ever
your
made.
pants? Metal.
One Punch Stand is the best video ever. That man nuked his own channel.
You keep saying
Yeah,
this. Anyway, that's just what Sean made me think of because it's the same kind of argument of asking the.
Yeah, what was that, Brian? What were you asking?
What?
You were like, you were asking about like a robot from, something. Were you talking about the robot from Sonic Battle?
No, I was just talking in general. Like Omega. Am I still gonna say he when I say something about Omega? Yeah. But is he still just a robot? Yes.
Sure.
The point, regardless, is two of the hard-boiled heavies have female pronouns, and not a lot of people know that.
Well, again, it's only in the fucking manual. The manual for a game most people got digitally.
Long live physical, bitch.
So, like, are you lost or?
Yeah, I'm very lost. There's more challenge games up there.
He's
Oh, wait, they're not up
trying to
there.
get to the thing.
There's more challenge games because there should
But
be
he
four
can't really
challenges.
figure out how he's supposed to get there.
There it is. They're over there. That's my problem. I'm trying to follow the cursor for the boss gate,
Yeah,
but the challenges are up here.
up here. Anyway,
Because after you beat the challenges, you then have to go find the boss gate.
Alright, collect a set number of rings. Because the other one's a chaos control challenge.
Mm. Then anyway, to go to the command mission, how expensive is like command mission on the?
Is it no, you know,
It's like $20, bro.
Really?
Maybe less.
I thought it was kind of expensive for a while there.
Nobody
wants
buys
command
that.
mission.
Except because it's sold like Donkey Dick, everyone wants to buy it.
Nobody wants.
may I remind
I
you? You say
don't
nobody
know.
wants command mission, and there is some truth to that. But remember, if stupid shit happens,
Guys, I don't
games
know what
will.
happened
Remember, if
there. The
stupid
game keeps trying to prove to me that it's a Sonic game.
if stupid shit happens,
Gotta.
games can end up exorbitantly expensive because right now Piglet's big game is
Macari
going for over $100
That one,
used.
I'll accept that.
Macari's got it for $20.15.
It's okay. It's a pre-
Somebody's got a pre-owned one for the PS2 that's got the fancy cover.
What is the GameCube prices? Because I think the GameCube might be the more expensive one.
Well, not really. I bought the GameCube.
Well,
I literally bought it off of I think Lukey Games.
I'm
and
talking-
then I went over to Sean's house and literally handed it to him and said, "Here you go, man. Play you some command mission." And then Sean got to like the third boss and watched him go into phase 2. And Sean said, "Phase 2, third boss."
And there was a character death. And I looked at him and I said, "Nate, we killed a
We spent over
character?"
$200 for this.
On Lukey Games, Mega Man X Command Mission is currently on sale for $37.97, even though they don't have one because it's on waiting list.
Might have
But
to.
they do have the PS2 version, which is $64.97.
For the why? I have to try to get that later.
well, he's looking at a different site because we'll often also check
Yes.
eBay listings, and if people aren't. eBay is where a lot of absorbent.
Yes.
If they said
I
down-
believe
Again,
I believe
case in
the
point,
difference is
Over $200.
I believe
Put it
the
back.
difference is that the GameCube version had the additive feature of one of the mechanics being tied to using the link cable.
It's time for the question of the day and my overall thoughts on the topic. So, anyway, what is your overall opinion on the Shadow the Hedgehog game? Personally, I have a soft spot for that game, even if a few of the missions are fucking awful. But I thought this would be a fun discussion to have, and I thought this topic would be interesting. Because, in my opinion, the game is not that bad, but a few missions are incredibly stupid. But I do think the game is overhated. I enjoyed that game a lot. I know a lot of people hate it, and it's still treated as a really bad game, but at least in my opinion, it's a flawed game that I think you can get some enjoyment out of, but with that said, I'm not defending some of the more obtuse and idiotic missions. But I did go and A-rank every mission, and I did that when I was super young. So, at least to me, the game could be a lot worse. I didn't put the game down. I enjoyed it enough to get all the A ranks. Anyway, you can leave your thoughts, opinions, and answers in the comments. Or you can leave them on social media. All of my social media links as well as my Discord links are in the video description. Now, as always, I need to be a shill for a minute. If you subscribe to the channel, and if you follow me on social media, that really helps our communities grow. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I hope I will see you all next time. So, as always, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, everybody. I hope you come back someday. See you later.